What, a short?
Long.
I don't want you to hold that very long. Like, I want you to, like, consider getting out of this thing.
Took it there. 6 ticks. That was on micros, though. Just trying to bankroll out of that loss.
Right. Minute at 86.50. Don't chase it.
I got in 87.50 right before you said that.
Alright. We could see the high of the session. I'm going to start rolling out. I'm going to get out of it just because I'm sitting pretty good. I don't want to overdo my welcome.
Short 90.5.
Ring it out for the 5-point layup. Or do as you feel. Focus, focus. Not listening to me. Feeling the market. Considering bankrolling or pushing. Knowing that it is very elusive. Knowing that it could potentially continue to lay up. Watching it, feeling it, being with it. Being in the moment. Feeling it. Knowing if you need to bail or push. Doing what is right for the account. Keeping in mind the big picture. Keeping in mind of any character shifts. Flat topping. Keeping in mind of what's happening. Is the character shifting? Or is this trickery? Starting to flag sideways. If it is flagging sideways, the last time it did this, it went up, so it may go down. She's starting to channel up a little bit. Let's see if they fuck him. The last channel we were on went down. Another flat top. Tremendous iceberging. Are you still in it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Might be another V flush. I'm not sure.
I took a market here. I don't like that we're accepting above it. Above 92s again.
Why didn't you roll out of that when it went deep your favor?
I think I was trying to play that reclaim below us. 86. I wanted to see us take that back, which in hindsight I think was a bad call.
If you go to the 30-second, look at it overall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed that at the time.
Yeah, me too. I took the same short, but I got out of it. I mean, 10 ticks is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when I'm on micros, I subconsciously try to push shit. It's like a contentment issue with size.
So you're still kind of not mentally together.
I mean, after taking that loss, yeah.
All right. I think it's probably best you step out.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
We do need a review. That's part of it, man.
Mm.
I think you're trying to just get back that initial loss.
Yeah,
or something.
I think that's definitely
what's going on. If you would have just bankrolled it, it would have been a different story,
Yeah.
This environment's not allowing you to have everything.
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
Yo.
Hey, what's up?
Just turn off the screen.
Just trying to juggle everything, man.
Yeah, you've
It's
been
tough.
fucking busy, dude. I don't blame you.
Take at least 10 minutes.
Will do.
Okay. Let me just run to the restroom real quick. And we'll just kind of work through everything. What time do you get home?
It's gonna be a late one tonight, like probably 10 p.m.
Okay. Can you trade at 8:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Okay. I think I need to be on earlier. I need you to hit me up earlier.
Yeah, me too.
We'll spin the first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna review my trades like we normally do.
Okay.
But I think the first, we need 30 minutes of drilling.
Yeah.
And then
try 83.
we can go through the prior day's charts for maybe another 30 minutes. So I think the first hour of us just doing things that have nothing to do with trading.
Mm-hmm.
That puts us at 9:30 my time.
Yep.
We roughly start around 10, so that should give us enough time to get everything done.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that's ideal, honestly. Just so that it's also like a contentment thing, where it's like I have to work, and I can't say this for certain, but it's certainly a possibility that that's influencing my trading. If it's like, it's already 11 o'clock and I got to work at 1. It could be influencing my decisions, especially when we have so much other shit we got to do first. Whereas if we get all that out of the way and then I got a clean slate and I can just fucking trade, it might have a beneficial impact on my trading,
I think the real issue is just unwinding a bunch of psychological problems and rewiring the brain.
Yep. Yep. Big time. And
And just there's
gotta
just
have time
skill
for that.
issue too. That's kind of also the problem, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Okay, I see all your trades. Or one of them.
I should have them all in there. They should all be charted.
So I kind of was looking through your journal. I need you to like do what I do. I think you did on that one. My entry, my exit, ideal exit.
Yeah, I did that on 2 of them.
Just put on your rain thunder. Let me I need to actually timestamp. Are you feeling better by any chance?
Yeah, I think taking a break was good. While my MO is like jump right into shit, I think when my emotions are high, it's way better to just fucking interrupt, interrupt. Take a walk. And I do feel the review process, again, dude, it's like working out. I don't want to fucking work out, and I go, oh fuck, I really don't want to do it, But then you do it, and you just feel so much fucking better. Like even just the short amount of review I've done in the fucking 15 minutes while you've been gone, I feel so much better after having done that. Because I'm getting something out of it. I'm getting the reps in, and I'm observing. And I think annotating these charts is such a fucking huge part of my review process, man.
For sure. I mean, it has to be done. You're not going to get better if you don't do it, Just has to be done.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put this in. Yeah, trust me, I don't want to do this shit either, but it's made me substantially better.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do it alone, you know. It's just you're gonna more likely get it done if everybody else is doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's being on my own for so long was just I was going nowhere fast. Shit was not getting done.
Okay. Today, 31st. Get the. That in there, and then I need to do. Like I have not figured out a solid shortcut for like doing preparing these thumbnails and
Mm.
all that shit, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's secondary. You know, like I know you cherish your YouTube career and stuff like that, but you're a trader first. You know.
But I also have to set an example, like for you guys. I gotta go. Okay, well, if you're doing it, I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna work any other way, or you know, that's just how it is. All right, here's also just that deep intuition. You need that sixth sense.
Yeah.
That there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 34, 22. Okay, I have everything. I'm ready to go here. I mean, you're trying to learn like 8 years of skill and knowledge in what, just over a month?
Yeah. And it's not like it's not for nothing. I'm showing signs of clear improvement. You know, it is working. It's just
Yeah.
it's a bumpy.
What
curve.
gets me though is you did perform well without me, and now it's kind of like floundering. You know, it's like shit.
Well, I think.
But then I give you those days where you're by yourself and it's not working.
Yeah, and I think if I was by myself, I would have blown the account. I would have had the same issues. I would have had the same VIX issues, and I would have had the same contentment issues with being close to account highs. And I would have blown the account. I can guarantee you I would have blown the account by now.
All right. That's good to know.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not for nothing. And even if I do end up blowing this account, it's like I learned so much more than I would have if I just blew it and reset it. You know?
Well, we ain't gonna blow it. I mean, if you're like, hold on, let me make sure there's no fucking echo here. Give me a mic check.
1 2 check check 1 2 check. Check.
Mic check. Check. I think I'm good. Otherwise, I'd hear an echo. Okay, let's. Like I said, man, if this thing flounders for 3 months, oh well.
Mm-hmm.
That means you have more going on than most traders, because Dream's like, oh, I got an account, I'm down 1,000 on it, but I can reset it at the end of the week. I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna do.
Yeah, it's a bad habit.
Okay, cool. There we go. So, let's get into it. Let's figure out what happened. Pull up my flame shot. So the first things first. There's your drilling. So what we know from drilling, which I think the drilling is good because for me, watching you, because I'm telling you what to trade and shit, it gives me a good pulse check. You there?
Yeah, I agree 100%, and I think it sticks with me through the rest of the session. And even when I was reviewing my trades from today, dude, I had that one confused trade at the beginning, and the rest of my trades were fucking on point as far as pulse check goes. Like, I had a good, solid fucking read. Just had psychology issues. I was fucking those trades up in terms of execution.
One thing I want to do is I want you to figure out what we need to stop switching fucking from a mini to a micro. I think you need to trade enough micros that you can get 5 drawdowns or 5
Stops.
5, yeah, because 3 is way too tight. That's too much pressure.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So whatever size, I need you to figure out that size.
Okay.
We're just trading that, okay? Because the problem is you size down, and then you could have fixed a lot of In some of the earlier weeks when we worked together, it's like, well, shit. It would have been a way better day if you didn't do that, and we need to not do that anymore.
I gotcha. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll start trading. I think with 5 micros, 20 tick stop. Like, I could do 5 of those, maybe 4 after commissions.
Okay. So what I know is killing us is sizing down. I know that seems like it's the smart decision, but okay. Where the fuck? Okay, this would be where we started. It's gonna be 2 by speed. So I say let's get our bearings here. I think, you know what, we already did the big time frame look on it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do, we're gonna have to go to Sierra charts for this shit.
I've got some from mine I can share if you want.
Let me double. I'll just look at the Sierra. So on the daily, we know. So daily, there's nothing going on here really. The 30-minute just had big ass fucking reclaims. Go back to that daily. Why did I draw a pink line there? You know what it is? It's from the 30-second. Here we go. So what we know is that, like, this motherfucker is kind of just. Oh yeah, there's a 30-minute. There's the pink line. So we knew at the look there's a liquidity. So let me flame shot it. 4x flat top. You know, on a 30-minute, that's a pretty big deal, right? I'm gonna probably think there could be. I'm just thinking. Never mind. Don't worry about what I'm thinking. It has to do with the journal. Okay, so then we come in at 9:49, which is here. So I think at this point we don't really have shit fucking going on, right? 9:49 is right up here. So we're trying to figure out what's going on at this point. So for me, it's like, well, this thing can go anywhere. So I get you, I'm doing a meditation right there. And this is going to be before the one trade. So really at this point in time, I'm just kind of working off this piece of structure here. We know there's a big ass liquidity zone there. We know there's a reclaim here, right? From the 32nd. So at this point, I'm just kind of working off this thing. Okay. So my theory is this is going to go up. So these aren't quite ranges. This is kind of some bullshit that goes sideways. I just called it a flag. Okay.
Yep.
So my theory at this point, we're the struggle grinds are a bit mixed at this point. Okay. So they don't quite have a good pattern. Some of them go up, some of them go down. The red ones, there's only been 2 reds ups, 2 blue up, but this blue went down. But what I notice is sideways flags seem to invert direction. And there's a few not. I believe there's another one that's not on here, if I'm not mistaken. So my thinking at this point is long. Also, what I do like as well this one and this one. 2 struggle grind ups. So pushing long. So that one's still kind of going up. And look at number 3. Number 3 went way up. Number 4 may go up. Let's double check real quick. Know if there's any other flags. Yeah, this one, it does, even though it's a struggle grind, it does go sideways here, pops up, down, up. That's sort of the thinking on it. Oh, yeah, so look, I scroll back. So I say there's a down over there somewhere. I'm not seeing it, but apparently I see it. So I go, this one's probably going to go up. I go for it. So I'm trying to ride it out for 90s. And then I just take a loss because it's not working. So I mean, I wouldn't really do anything different on that. To me, it's not bad. So I give it a shot. Didn't work. Let's look at the tags on it. We would be going long on a micro range, so going against that. It's not really a shimmy. We're open window. We're mid. 1, 2, 3. I would say I'm relatively conservative on it. I think it's a good loss. I think you start trading around this area, if I'm not mistaken, at some point.
Yeah, we're getting pretty
Correct.
close.
I go. It's starting to change character here. Interesting. I go for a long again. So we're getting liquidity, which, so I go for it here. So we're kind of getting liquidity, which I haven't seen yet. And then I draw this channel. I would love to tell you what my thinking was at this point.
Sometimes you just see shit. You gotta take it.
You know what it was? It's because when I got into it up here, it tested twice, and it didn't go either time. And this is about as long as the last one was, like time, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's cycling into a bigger channel up. So far, the last two were up. If these are inverting, I think it'll potentially go. We're mid-range on this, mid-micro. Not really much shimmy. Tory. Very conservative. I want to roll out of, I'm trying to bankroll because I'm down 900. Okay, so I'm trying to, I don't want to push it all the way because I know the market's really fucked up based off your drills.
Yeah.
I think that's what you weren't really seeing on your last trade.
No.
Like, you just kind of like, you got married to it.
Yeah, it's not a hold environment, and that's what I wrote on my annotated chart. At no point on the 10-second chart was it a hold environment. Excuse me.
Actually, no. It's these two go up. One and two. Struggle grind up. My thinking is 3. We'll continue to rack up. Plus, it's so thick. Has a change character. Now here, this is a try to. I did expect it to puke here. So this is a try to trade. So a lot of what I did in the first one is still applying. Also, this and this flagging for same amount of time. Hit the T again, and then I can move it. Paste it. And then I give it a little bit. So I kind of know the distance. Like, I know how many ticks I got. So, like, that should recoup me. And we're also at the top of this range. And we are generating liquidity. Because remember, earlier in the session, I'm like, let's see if there's any flat spots. I'm like, there's no fucking flat spots. This is starting to do it. So I'm guessing that, hey, it could come out. And, you know, it does work all the way through the reclaim. But then it would have just jammed on me. I don't think it's a bad trade by any stretch of the imagination. I wanted to roll out of the thing.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I should have held it. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I think at some time in the future, you and I are going to revamp our tags.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
We need to have a tag that says we're bankrolling, so we know that, hey, maybe I should have held, but but at the same time, it's like, well, you know, I needed a bankroll to retry too. So I'm up like $16. I'm like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You didn't take a trade yet. Now you might have taken a trade. Oh, you want short somewhere around here, if I'm not mistaken. Do you remember where you want short?
Yeah, let me hold on here. It was back a while. So at 11:11, so 10:11 for you. Yeah, right there.
See, I wasn't like, I'm sitting there talking and I felt like you didn't hear me, because I'm like, why'd you do that? Because, like, yeah, let me go back. Let me see what I say before that. I say you just need to watch it. See, you go short. To me, it just didn't make sense because I didn't see shit. I mean, you said something to do with the momentum right there?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like so let me pull up my journal because I did make some observations about this. I think some of this was like FOMO and impulse.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, impulsive chasing, because I do think there was a short there at some point, but it's too late now. You know.
Yeah, and that's
I-
kind of evident by your drills because you would chase shit and then they would just dump back.
Yeah, I was looking for, and this is a bad habit. This was working for me a couple months ago, but this is no longer the environment. I was trading into that prior slip range below us. So I wanted to see us go back into that slip range. But clearly we're on an uptrend at this point, at least on the micro time frame. Like on the 10-second chart, we are in a clear uptrend. We're up channeling and shit like that. And I think getting short into a prior range, there's no justification, especially since that liquidity area, 92s, is still unbreached. Like I think after an area like that gets breached on a V flush, I could maybe start trading into prior ranges, but right now there's no justification for it. I don't think the edge is there.
Also, what's happening here? This area
Mm-hmm.
is a changing character, and we don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's just as we're not sure. We don't know what. Here. We don't know what the fuck they're doing. I shared it. We don't know what they're doing right now. This is why I didn't take a trade there. And that's the thing. I'm gonna tell you when I trade, and if it's affecting you, we're gonna have to get it out of you.
Yeah.
All the traders that are like, oh, I can't handle it when somebody else is. You're gonna have to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you can't handle it,
sorry, you
go ahead.
first. I don't ever find myself
Okay, if you-
chasing your trades. Like that's not an issue for me. I don't ever hear you say I'm long and then I want to immediately go long. I don't think that's what's happening. I do think there might be a subconscious factor where if you are finding opportunities, I start to think, all right, well, where's my opportunities? And Harvey talked to me about this last week. He was like, dude, don't think you can replicate his trades. Like I'm trying to replicate his system, which is fine, but like Fat Cat's got fucking 8 years doing this shit. Don't look at an Olympic gold medalist and try to replicate what they're doing. Just learn from them, you know. And I think there is a little subconscious factor where I'm like, all right, he's doing good. Why am I not doing good? I don't think it impacted me today per se. Maybe that first trade I might have thought like, all right, where there's opportunities, let me force a fucking opportunity, you know. But it's not overwhelming. It's not influencing every fucking trade.
Yeah, that's the thing. If that affects you as a trader, then that just tells me you don't have a handle on the chaos.
Yeah. Yeah, which is something I'm slowly learning.
You need to be, like I said, if I could really take your training to the next level, I would have a bunch of babies in the room crying and then clone your wife 10 times and have her telling you to do all a bunch of shit around the house.
Yeah.
All at the same time, and then you have to trade through that.
Yeah. It's just something you gotta fucking deal with.
It's noise you need to like tune the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you know. That's how we know that you're like you're just like you're locked the fuck in and nothing's gonna influence you.
Yeah.
And you need to know why I did stuff because I need you to see it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, I see more opportunities than you do.
Naturally. Yeah.
You're not there yet. You're seeing them. I mean, when the last trade, we'll talk about that when we get there. So for me, this is just all different.
Yeah, you and me take
So I
the same
go-
trade here.
If this thing rips upward, I'm taking it. Right here, I have the patterns.
Yeah.
This is the third. Look, there's another red one. There's another red one off screen. Here's another one. And then these two are overlaid. So this would be like 4 and 5. This to me is just like there's a pattern here. I'm playing it. I don't care what happens. Does it make sense?
Yeah. And whereas I had to I almost had to kick myself in the ass to take this trade.
Right here I go. If this thing starts to rip upward, I'm probably taking it. That right there, at that point, I finished my sentence. So I just said right here, I said, if this thing rips up, I'm probably taking it, which means I'm taking it. If you hear me say, oh, I need to see what happens first, that means I'm probably not going to take it. And there's times where I'm just not gonna tell you I took the trade. Like I'm going long here. I don't want that.
No, me neither.
I want you to see it first, and then if you see it, I say go for it.
Mhm.
If I say go for it, that means I see it too.
Yeah.
So I'm snap it right as it's. I mean, if you look at how I do it. I'm like mouse control, right? Just maybe you need to adjust your column size or whatever, but we'll get there. Now I do kind of twitch the mouse off, which is probably a bad habit on my behalf. Why were you kicking yourself in the ass to take this one?
Because it was there, man. Like, the fucking pattern was so clear. We've got precedents. We've got, like, 4 fucking instances of precedents. We're also in that larger struggle down. So it's like, and with that liquidity area above us is unbreached. Like, on my journal, this was the highest EV trade. We had compression, we had a liquidity area, we had a stop run, we had precedents on both of those struggle downs. It was a great fucking trade. But I think I was still impacted by that prior loss where I was like, what's going to happen? I think you said it perfectly where you were like, your mindset was, it's a pattern, I'm taking it, I don't give a fuck. Whereas for me, it's like, oh, what if it comes back? There's slip behind me. What if, you know, like I can't afford a big loss right now. And there's so many other fucking voices in my head that are telling me not to take the trade. And it's just going to take experience for me to override that and just say, there's a pattern, I'm taking it. And I think that sticking to one size is really going to fucking help me there. Because if I can afford 5 stop outs in one day, I'm taking the fucking trade. The pattern's there, you know? Take the trade. Who gives a fuck?
Mm-hmm. There's this point where you don't think. Here's the deal. Like when I did a lot of 360 jumps, roller skating, and one of my buddies is trying to do 540s, and I seen recordings of him because we would watch recordings of ourselves, and he's like basically just like going limp and just giving up before the landing, and like I would do the same thing. I would just shut down in the middle of the jump. Now I can do it no problem. A, because it took a lot of practice, but B, getting in my head and just like clearing all my thoughts and just going for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's this wall in the middle of the rink I want to jump over, and I could get pretty fucked up on it. But I'm gonna wear a helmet and shit. It's just like there's a point where you need to just go into your head, just breathe in, breathe out, and clear it. Don't think anymore. Just do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Just like shut off everything else in your head and just do it. Can you send me this one too when you're done?
Yeah. I'm just gonna automatically put them in. Three and four are fractal, so it's one inside of a one. Now unfortunately I have you like getting out of it when it could have been held. I'm very conservative because of how your drill went.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me make sure I have all my tags on that prior. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Purgatory. I know I'm conservative on it. I'm like, fuck, I'm going for it. This is why we're also drilling, because when you see it and you're like, I should trade this, and you know it in your heart, you gotta go for it. Okay, I don't know. I feel like maybe you're thinking too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's flow state, man. I need you to like, you just need to like let go, but be present.
Yeah. Yeah. Focus, but don't overthink. You know, because I definitely think I was overthinking here.
I know you get into that 8750, I think.
Yeah, I'm a point above you.
You know, a point can be too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm rolling out of it. I'm sitting pretty good. I know that. You know, this gets me up 1,000 at this point in the session. I'm like, all right, I want to lock in gains today. For me, this isn't for me. The plan today is not to be big dick on campus. I just want to lock it in.
Mm-hmm.
So I roll out of it. You're sitting on it. I'm watching it. I'm like, let's see what happens. There it goes. I would have ideally had you hold it there. I think maybe we cut that too early. I trusted the pattern on entry, but I didn't trust the pattern to finish.
To hold, yeah.
That's
a tough one, man.
so that it is. But also, you know, I'm dealing with my own fucking problems. 8850, so I get out here. Realistically, I'd probably get out right in the 9125s or some shit. So let me do this. And that's also what's gonna be tough for you is like I gotta work with, we're working around kind of my issues and shit too with it all.
Yeah.
I should have committed. So I'm learning too. Ideally I could have took it there. That's like more than another clip, dude. That was another chunk, another half. More than that. So. And that's the problem. Sometimes I have you do make bad mistakes. T, this is gonna be hold more. I just didn't like how late you were in that.
Yeah, me neither. And it would have chopped around on me for a long time.
Yellow, and then it's hold more. And then this, this trade, I did good on this trade because of you. We come back, we do our little hypnosis. Because you go, yeah. Yeah, you go. It looks like a V flush. And we know they've been doing that. So look how I go, duh, it does, doesn't it? I go, I think you just might be right. And then I go, you're right, it went through 92, which is a liquidity zone.
Yeah, I get 99.50 right here.
And I basically greenlight you, but without how I normally do it.
So,
B flush, which has been happening on the session. It's V flushing. The major 30-minute flat top. So we're gonna do it like you do. the Okay. I go ring it out for the 5-point layup. I say focus, focus, don't listen to me. I go, no, that it's very elusive. And now I'm saying it. I'm willing to let this, I'm like, this is so good. But then I'm like, I take off 4 lots right there. I'm like, this thing is like kind of backsplashing on me a little too much here. I just go for it. Because for me, it's like, I'm going to lock in another K.
Yeah.
Right? It's just, this is just dicking around fucking too much for me. And it kind of is hitting where the VE started, And then right here, this is where it's looking, I'm like, oof, they better go right here. This is your change in character.
Yeah.
This is where you should have got out. And then you could have rolled. I need it. Like, I hope you're starting to like understand the importance of just rolling your loss.
Yeah.
Even your win too, man. I'll share that one. So I draw this. I go, last time it did this, it went down. And now it's starting to channel up again, so now it's starting to change character yet again. See? Starting to do this. So another fucking change. You had 2 of them. It's kind of hard to like leave that kind of money on the table too,
Yeah. Yeah, big
And
time.
you have to. What's that?
It's tough, especially knowing like I did essentially get what I wanted out of it. Like that 5-point layup did come, It might have been unrealistic to think I could nail the exact fucking bottom tick, but like that's a hefty fucking trade right there. And then I'm just sitting in it, watching it come against me, and that just fucking kills my mental. Like, when I stood up, dude, when you told me to be done for the day and I stood up, I had a headache.
You did.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because of floundering, man. Like, fuck. I think taking that fucking $200 loss is, for the first trade on a Monday morning, I need to size down. There's no way I should be risking half of my daily loss limit on the first trade.
Yeah, realistically, you need 5 shots at all times, no matter how big your account gets.
Yeah.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should, because the name of the game is staying alive as long as possible.
Yeah.
And sometimes... Dude, sometimes you're going to get your cheeks clapped right off the bat. It happens to me. You've seen it. And you're just going to have to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Like, if I do the mental math right here, right? So that first loss was minus 212 on a mini. If I was trading micros, that would have been minus 100. My next trade was also on micros, and it was plus 75. I'm close to fucking break even on the day. You know?
And this would have got you green.
And that would have got me green, and I would have been in a better headspace. I wouldn't have been revenge trading.
Dude, man, that's what you need to see, dude. There you go. There's just sometimes you just got to look at this thing and you just look at it and you go,
fuck.
It was a simple fix.
Simple. Such a simple fucking fix.
Instead of you just walking away going, oh, I don't know what happened, and then you carry it to the next fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Now you know what you should have done. This is how come my trade's so goddamn good. I mean, I think I could trade better, but in your world, I'm like at some crazy level. But in
Yeah.
my world, I'm like you. I'm like, oh, fucking shoulda. I'm trying to strive to never make a mistake and have a 100% win rate all the time, every day,
Mm,
no matter what.
Yeah.
I know that's nuts, but the more I try to get to that level, the better I trade.
Yeah.
And the closer I will get to it. Will I ever be trading pure 100% win rate days? Probably not, but I think I could get pretty fucking close
Yeah.
to where like my red trades are going to be very far and few between. This is the difference between consistency and not just you can't make mistakes.
No.
And you have to fix losses. And if you're not in a loss and you gave some profit away, you have to fix that too.
Yep.
At this point, I would have took the break even or just something because, like, that's another pain you need to experience is, like, I need to get out of this instead of hoping it'll turn around and keep going. It's like, fuck, I left all this money on the table.
Mhm.
Now I gotta make less. You're just gonna have. There are times where you need to. That's the inverse of taking a loss.
Yeah.
A winner coming back, it's dude. This ain't working. I need to get out of it. I'm wrong. My idea is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the problem is so fucking clear, and it only became clear right now, like as we're fucking doing this. And not only like it's one thing for you to tell me what I have to do right, you know, hey, you should do X, hey, you should do Y.
Yeah.
You know, it's another thing to sit here, look at my own fucking recordings, and we both come to the conclusion, hey, I should the evidence is pointing that I should probably not do X, and I am coming to that conclusion. You're helping me, granted, by doing these reviews with me, but I am coming to those conclusions. And I think that's so fucking important.
You got me into that trade too, man. I'll give that to you. The way you go, the way your voice sounded, you just knew.
Yeah.
Just like on that long trade I got into, and you got in a bit later before that one, I just knew. You're like, dude, that's a V flush.
Yeah, it was a no.
And yeah, exactly. Then I catch that it's a channel. We catch this a bit late, but we should have kind of seen that might have been coming before it came.
Yeah.
Had we known, this would have really changed shit. So we got blinded on this. Just so you know. You definitely want to put this in the
change the fucking time frames more often.
didn't real.
Yeah, definitely send me that one. Fuck. See, now I was so fucking pissed off an hour ago, and now I feel great. I feel awesome. I'm gonna go to work. You know, I'm gonna go to work sad because sometimes, dude, going to work after having a bad trading day fucking sucks. It makes your job so much harder, and you're just pissed off for the rest of the day. And now it's like this shift is gonna go by so fucking fast. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna fucking wake you up at fucking 9 a.m. and we're gonna have a good.
No, we got to be up earlier. Remember.
Do you want 9 a.m. my time or 8:30 my time?
I need to be on the computer at 8:30 my time. Open, market open, whatever time that is. I need to be on this
market
fucking.
open. I'll call you at fucking 9 a.m. tomorrow my time. So half an hour before market open. Deal?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. I used to review just the bad days, and every time I come back in the next day, I'd crush it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Because then you figure out exactly where you fucked it.
Mhm.
That's the problem. And I think on Wednesday, you and I are going to do a show where it'll go on YouTube because I want to document where we haven't. I want to document your journey
Sure.
from your words.
Yeah, we could set that up.
Uh,
I'll be home like 3 o'clock my time, so 2 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, you're not at profit target, but I think people need to know what the frustrations are, where you're struggling,
Yeah.
and what we're doing about it. Because the problem is you just walked away pissed, you're staying pissed, but if you look at it and you go, oh, that's all I needed to do to fix the session, keep my size consistent, and just boom, it would have been green. I just pulled out of that trade, you know.
Mhm.
Should have committed to the one pattern. I mean, fuck. You would have been up good. So like, now you know. I'll tell you, after looking at some of these nasty loss days, it's really a simple solution.
Yeah,
Most of
and
the time.
I wouldn't have come to those conclusions if I didn't have those red days. I honestly think, Fat Cat, that if we started coaching together and you got me to fucking profit target and I was funded and I started making all this money, it would have been a matter of time, dude. I would have fucked it. I would have fucked that funded account. You and me, because it's 50-50, you and me would have been in fucking thousands of dollars of profit, and I probably would have fucked it somehow. And that would have killed it. That would have killed my trading career, probably. You know? So, in a sense, I'm so fucking glad that I'm making these mistakes in front of you, and that you're seeing what kind of trader I really am. Because when I traded 14 green days in a row in fucking February, that is not what kind of trader I am, dude. That was an anomaly. And granted, it's skill. Like, I am improving my skill, and I think having that many green days was me really working hard. But that's an anomaly. That's the exception, you know? And I'm really glad that you have actually gotten to see my trading for what it really is and where I really need improvements. Because that's the point of coaching, dude. Like, I'm not paying you to coach me. I genuinely need
I also
to be better.
see, well, I mean, that's the thing. If you don't make money, I don't make money, so I'm going to coach you harder.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why the split is a split. But like I said, you can either make a couple $100, 1,000, a couple thousand, or be negative on all your tryout fees for the year, or you can make 50K or 100K
Mm-hmm.
after a split.
Yeah.
You know, so in the end, you're going to make more with the split
Exactly. Yeah.
than you would on your own. And it's I also see excuse me. I also see myself in you because you're making the same mistakes I have. It's like, dude, I just knew that you were on a downturn for the session. It's just one of those days where you woke up, you stubbed your toe on the first trade, and then it's just progressively is getting worse and worse, and it's just like, all right, you're done. There's no amount of meditations would have fixed it.
No. No.
If we had the time, and you weren't going to work, I think we could come in and trade the last 2 hours, and you'd be all right. But it really took a tremendous amount of time, review.
And I'm fucking
get you
tired,
back.
man. Like, I'm tired now, you know, because these reviews aren't easy. It's fucking work, man. Like, my brain is working.
Yeah, that's also the fatigue.
Yeah. I don't want to trade right now. Are you fucking kidding me? I want to go take a nap,
Yeah,
dude. Shit.
There you go. All right, man. Well, I think we'll just go through Book of Charts tomorrow
Yeah, that sounds good to me, man.
before the open.
Um,
We'll spend the first 30 minutes just flipping, then drilling, and then we'll meditate, and then we'll go for it.
all right, dude. I'll call you at 8 your time, and then you run to the store and do all your morning shit, and we'll be on for the open.
All right, that works.
All right. Sounds good, man. I'll talk to you then.
See ya.
See ya.
I'll get to you later, Chewy. I gotta step out for a minute.